Hello, 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 Facebook family and friends. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. A little bit late for a wisdom walk, but at least the fog blew off and it's nice and it's getting a little bit clearer. So I'll show you guys real quick. It's getting clearer today. It was all foggy a little bit ago. But this is wisdom walk number 59. Wow. And I'm doing it in the middle of the day, so I know the audience is not going to be big, but when a lot of you get back from whatever you're doing on a daily basis, you'll be able to see it. So wisdom walk number 59. Update, winning. That's the topic today. So I actually have a lot to go over today. And some of you may have seen my live a little bit earlier on my personal page or my page. I will share this on our social group page in a little bit. But I had a little tough morning this morning, and I am so blessed. So blessed. And did I tell you I'm so blessed? I'm so blessed to have so many friends, mentor, family members who reach out to me in times of uncertainty. And I was a little uncertain this morning because something happened today that was a little tough for me. And I started an attack on someone. I don't want to use the word attack, but I guess it was a word attack. I had two different things in my mind when I did it. One, I want to protect my community, and the community is my boating community, my boating family and friends. Very important. I love boating. I think it's an amazing community of people. I've never been part of a community. You can have thousands of people in the water, and when someone drives by you, everybody waves at each other. I think it's so cool. It's pretty cool. So it's a pretty cool community. So I'll give you the short version of it. A few years ago, someone hurt me on my boat pretty bad, to the tune of about 20 grand. And not only did it wasn't really the 20 grand, but it was the loss of having 2 boating seasons that I lost. Pretty ugly situation. And I decided to go after that person pretty heavily. And when I started going after them, because look, I'm not trying to say this to like impress anybody or whatever, but when I put my mind to something, there's no stopping me, period. So went after him, then found out about 20 different people, plus he did the same thing too. So moral of the story is today he was sentenced to a minimum of 12 years in jail. And I felt kind of bad about it because he has 2 young children. I remember when his children were born, Lisa went and bought clothes and different things for him and his wife at that time. And it was tough. But anyway, I'm not going to belabor that point. So the point about that is a lot of you reached out to me, made me feel real comfortable about the decision and what I made. So I appreciate you guys all. Thank you so much. So let's get down to the Wisdom Walk 59, update and winning. So we the people are winning. We're winning big. And the reason we're winning big is because some people in this world really pay attention. Now, I'll be the first to admit, it took me 7 months to pay attention. Some of you, that may have happened to you also, because I was in my thinking and I was too busy on my day-to-day to pay attention. And my family, good friend, mentor, even though he calls me his mentor, I guess we're each other's mentor, which makes it really cool. Humble cat, Rabu Gary. And we've become very close. Our wives are very close, and we're family. So he hit me up, if you guys are paying attention to when I did my first Wisdom Walk number 1, way back in January, he hit me up, and I didn't really pay attention. And I saw his success about 6-7 months later, and I called him to congratulate him, because that's one thing that I do. I don't hate, I congratulate. And he was telling me a little bit about what he's doing again and how it was going, because I called him, congratulate him in the second Lamborghini. And he told me about it. So this time I paid attention. And NB Social was born. Our social club was born. I took the things that I was doing in my life before, and for those of you who've been following me for years, I've been doing, I think, I don't do them anymore because I've changed the name of it, but I used to do a Today's Thought. And I've been doing Today's Thoughts for probably 15 years by email. This is before social media was around. So I've always had this feeling of helping and giving back. And for those of you that have seen my posts in my home office, I have a sign that says 1 million people earning $500 and thousands become millionaires. I've always wanted that. The Queen and I have always wanted that. But I wasn't sure I was going to get there. So yes, have I tried a lot of things? So absolutely. We tried different things, got a few people there, until the mother load hit. Until my friend Rabu Gary told me about what he was doing, and I put it into play with what Envy was all about. At that time, we were just a streaming service, but I had big goals and dreams to change the world one person at a time. And as I look at where we are today, and I get this information from friends and family that message me, and what's going on in politics, and what's going on in the world, and all the negativity, I just hear from my friends and my family because I don't pay attention to it, because I think it's all smoke and mirrors. If you're following my wisdom walks, I talk about this a lot. In those wisdom walks, you are responsible for you. It doesn't matter. Look, I don't care who is the president of the United States. It could be Donald Duck. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to talk bad about Obama. I'm not going to talk bad about Trump. I'm not going to talk bad about Biden. I see so many people losing friendships, yelling and screaming at people on social media over who's in the office or who's the president of the United States. That's about the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But it is what it is, because here's the bottom line. And I've said this in my wisdom walks before. Do you think Biden is the president of the United States today? Do you think he comes and knocks on my front door in the morning to make sure my family is going to be okay? And my life is going to be okay? And my goals and dreams and aspirations are happening? No. He's running the country, however they want to do it. But if I want my family to be okay, and I want my life to be okay, I have to take responsibility for me. And that's what I teach in our mindset training. So, this is about an update of how we're winning. So we have thousands upon thousands of people that's joined us. Literally, we are just a club. We're a social club. We don't sell annuities. We don't give financial advice. We're just a whole bunch of like-minded people that believe we the people need a better way. We the people need a better life. It's written in the scriptures that you're supposed to be successful. You're supposed to have abundance in life. There's nothing wrong with abundance. The funny thing about abundance, though, and this is how the Queen and I live our life, if we truly have more than we need, here's what we do. We build a bigger table. We don't build a bigger fence. I'll let that one sink in for a little bit. Maybe I'll say it one more time. If you have more than you need, which is our case, we build a bigger table, not a bigger fence or a taller fence. So I'll let that one sink in, like I said. So we've gone out to our friends and family, our community. We mention things, things come up, things work out. We show people what to do, and all kinds of amazing things happen. Let me tell you an amazing thing update that happened in the last 48 hours. Envy has his own token. Did you hear what I just said? Envy has his own token. We had a token that started at 1 cent 48 hours ago. And today it's $1.37. That means if you would have bought our token at 1 cent, let's say you would have bought 100 of them. 100 of them would have been what? At 1 cent, what? That's $1. And now it's $1.37. 100 times 137, $1,137. Am I doing my math right? Or $1 to $11.37? Think about that. Wow. Envy has his own token. Unbelievable. But remember that little saying I just told you about if you have more than you need, you build a bigger table. you don't build a bigger fence. So I could have taken the success of what we had in the last 48 hours and success that the Queen have had in our lives and build a bigger fence, sit in my own little world and move on. But no, what I decided to do is contact my buddy, my friend, my family, Rabu Gary. In fact, he was at dinner with his queen, Sherry. And he picked up my call, which I love that he does that. I mean, he has about 100,000 people plus that follows him, and he picks up my call all the time, just like I'll always pick up his call. We have that mutual respect for each other. And he picked up, he says, hey, Clay, I'm at dinner right now, at an anniversary dinner for one of my friends, but I'll call you when I get home. My phone rang about 11 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night or whatever it is, which is 1 o'clock in the morning his time, because he's a man of his word. That's his character. That's why him and I get along so well. So he calls me, he says, Sherry told me I better call you before I go to bed, because Sherry is a sweetheart. Just like, look, our queens is the ones that make us where we are today. So he called me and I said, Rabu, have you been drinking? Have you had a couple of little glasses at your anniversary dinner? Because if you have, I will talk to you tomorrow because I have something to tell you. He goes, no, I'm cool, I'm good. I says, okay. He put Sherry on speakerphone and we started talking. I said, here's what we're gonna do. I said, I want you to look at a screenshot I just sent you. I started a token less than, I think it was like 15 hours at that time, or not even 15 hours, maybe 10 hours. And it's now 72 cents. And my group has put their arms around me and we started this coin, or this token, and it went from 1 penny to 72 cents. And here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of building a bigger fence around me, I'm gonna build a bigger table, because I believe I can help and reach more people through you, because you have a network of over 100,000 people in your social group called UIGI that I want to tap into. But instead of me tapping into it, I want to bless you and your team and all the things that you've done in your life. So I highly recommend, I'm not telling you what to do because I don't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a series license and all that stuff. I don't sell annuities and mutual funds and all that stuff. We just have a group of people that talk about different things and we all learn from each other. I highly recommend, Mr. Rabu, that you open up your own coin. He goes, sounds good. I said, your coin will beat my coin, that I can guarantee you, because you have a bigger following. I said, my coin will probably hit $1.50 tomorrow. If you started today, within 2 hours, your coin will be ahead of mine, because that's the type of person I am. So he agreed. He says, can I call you at 10 o'clock my time, 7 a.m. your time, California time, and we'll get this thing started. I'm like, sure. So what do? I call him at 5 o'clock my time, because I couldn't sleep, because I kept thinking, wait a minute. 1 million people earning $500 a month, thousands becoming millionaires. Rabu has a group. Does it matter that it's my group? Absolutely not. I never said 1 million of my people. I never said 1 million people that I am under. That's under me. Or 1 million people that I know. I said 1 million people earning $500 a month and thousands becoming millionaires. I'm like, I'm gonna bless this man with the information that I have to help his group. So 5 o'clock in the morning, we start talking. Rabu launched his coin. I think by, 7, 8 o'clock, coin was launched. And boom, within 24 hours, this coin is now $4.35. In fact, he has one of his team members bought $206,000 of his coin, of his token today. Unbelievable. So now it's running. He's got thousands of people doing this, and now we get to help people, because that's what we do in life, to do the right thing. So the update is everything is working perfectly, better than I expected. So if you're not part of our social group, you don't have to, by the way, in our social group, you don't have to buy a thing. Do you know you don't have to spend a dime? You don't even have to put any money into it, because number one, we don't have any sign-up fees. Number two, we don't have any monthly fees. But if you would like to learn some of the things we do, you can feel free. But if you don't want to learn and you have enough money and your life is great, I will invite you to our mindset training, like what I'm doing right now. This is Wisdom Walk number 59. I have 58 of them. You don't have to pay a dime for them. So you can go in and start learning that. Doesn't mean you have to invest. Doesn't mean you have to be part of what we do. You don't have to be part of our crypto world. You don't have to be part of our wisdom walks. You don't have to be part of our crypto world. You don't have to be part of our mortgage notes. You don't have to be part of our precious metals. You don't have to be part of our Walmart stores. You don't have to be part of our Amazon stores. You don't have to be part of any of the things, our hedge funds that we do with Extreme X. Nothing. You don't have to be part of any of that at all. Because all we do in those things is we talk as a group, as a social group, as family. We exchange ideas, we talk, we try, we're completely open, and we make sure everybody wins. Because the bottom line for what we do, this is why this is Wisdom Walk winning update, is every single person, and this is a big statement to make. Look, this is a humongous statement to make. Every single person that's following our lead on doing what we show you to do is winning. Not 99%, not 98%, not 97%, but 100%. Now, if you're not following what we're doing, then you're not really part of the group, because we give specific instructions of what you do every single day. And I'll give you a little bit of those instructions. So the first thing that we do, our rule number 1 in our social club, if you decide that you want to invest and put money in and follow what we do, is you never put in anything that you can't afford to lose. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is when you make profit, which you will, because we're going to teach you to diversify. You don't just start with 1 hour phases. We highly recommend you start with at least 4. So if one goes poo-poo, you got 3. Smart, smart, smart. Okay? So you'll make funds right away. So let's say you make the first 30 days, first week, first day, first month, first hour, whatever you make, your new job every morning is to wake up before you do whatever you do in your life. Hopefully you won't be doing anything in your life if you pay attention. And you withdraw your profits. And when you withdraw your profits, here are the rules. You take 1/3 of those profits, you put them right back into whatever platform, whatever investment you choose. We have about 14 or 15. You take 1/3 of that, the rest of it, you pay your taxes, and you have a little bit of fun. And you take the other third, and you pay off debt. Those are our rules. Could you imagine if you've been doing that since January? Most of you should be debt-free right now. You should have no debt. 0. Had a ton of fun, have a ton of liquid assets, going through your process and going through your life where you don't have anything to do every single day. That's the bottom line. Look, I don't know how else to say this. I'm not trying to say this to be egotistical in any way, but there's nothing on the planet like what we do. Because number 1, we don't deal with negativity. We don't have egos. We don't have people that are self-serving. Look at my Facebook page and see how I react to everything. You don't know me? Get to know me. Go look at my Facebook page. You can go back to the last 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. You're going to hear the same thing. I don't change. I keep evolving. I don't change, but I evolve. And right now, this world needs you to evolve because things are changing drastically. COVID changed the world. And if you don't understand that, you're going to be left behind. And I'll hate for that to happen to you. So, my goal is very simple. 1 million people earning $500 a month extra, and thousands upon thousands becoming debt-free, financially independent, and very rich. Because everyone I associate with, or are part of my circle, or know me, or want to know me, or want to be around me, my job is to make sure you're financially independent. We happen to call it FIRE. So in envy, if you're on fire, which means financially independent, retire early. That's it. That's what it means. Financially independent, retire early. That's what FIRE stands for. And wow, have we done a job. Has our community come together. Not change the way we think. I don't even watch the news anymore. I have no desire, because I'm not going to let the negativity of the world poison my brain. No way, no how you can get me to sit back and get into the arguments of who's in the White House and who's doing this and who's doing that. It does not affect. This is the greatest country in the world. As much as some people want to say, oh, this country is changing, oh, this country is going to go down. No, it ain't. This is America. This ain't going nowhere. This country is too strong, has too much power, have too many people with success for it to go anywhere. So instead of worrying about who's in the White House and who's doing what and who's the governor and who's changing this, go live your life. You go worry about you. You take care of you. Maybe you need some wisdom walks. Maybe you need some mindset training. Maybe you need to do the things that others don't do so you can have what they don't have. I tell people that rich people have a lot of money. I'm proud of them. Good for them. Rich people have a lot of money. I happen to be wealthy. The reason why I'm wealthy is I got a lot of time. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. In fact, I was thinking of flying down to Miami tomorrow to go take a look at the yacht that the Queen and I are working on. Boys, have been a process to get that going. But hey, whatever's meant to be is meant to be, and it will happen. So going through the process to get that done, and it is what it is. But I can wake up and do whatever I want, whenever I want. Because I have a backing, I have a social group, I have people, I have mentors, I have people I can talk to. We have things working every single day. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do not take this the wrong way, and I hope you don't. But I don't know, a new S-Class is probably what, the top line, maybe $150, $130, $140, $150. Well, since the coins launched, I'm just using that as a title, in the last 36 months, I could have bought an S-Class with all the income streams that's come in. It's that simple. Now I can remember when I first started this back in January, I can say, I can buy January 7th, I can say, guess what I can buy with all the stuff that I started in January 7th? I can go get a Happy Meal. Maybe I can get a supersized. Then it went from a Happy Meal to maybe 2 Happy Meals. Then to something else. Then to something else. Isn't it funny how the world works and how time changes everything? So some of you, and I get these all the time, a lot of people will message me and they'll go, and I'm going to close with this. But Clay, crypto, I'm just not a computer person. I just don't understand technology. As soon as someone sends me that message, I respond to them, stop. Do not say, because whatever you put into this world, whatever comes out of your mouth becomes your truth. Let me repeat that. Whatever comes out of your mouth becomes your truth. So if you think you're not good at technology and you think you're not good, guess what? You're right. The universe will grant you your wish. Whether you believe or you don't believe, you're right either way. So when people say that to me, I tell them, stop. Don't say that. Get that out of your vocabulary. In fact, let me give you an example. Do you remember? Some people remember that far back, some people don't. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. When you were 1.5 years old, 2 years old, you couldn't walk. You were trying to walk around the house. You were stumbling, falling, bumping your head, crying to your mama and your daddy because you were falling down. By the way, I did a wisdom walk about this. But all of a sudden, you're walking confidently, even running, even sprinting. Isn't that funny how life works? At some point in time, you couldn't walk. There's a point in time in your life you couldn't walk if your life depended on it. I spent some time with my second grandson today. A couple of days ago. 5 months old. My absolute heart. And I'm holding him, and he's pushing up. I'm kind of holding him under his arms, and he's pushing up with his legs, and his legs are getting so strong, right? And I'm thinking, he can't even walk. He can't even walk. Isn't that amazing? And then all of a sudden, you start to walk. Well, first you start to crawl, then you start to walk. But you fall down, and you bump your head, or you bump your knees, and it hurts. And then you get up, and you try again, and you keep going. And then one day, walking doesn't even become an issue. Not even an issue. So I hope you get the message out of that. I hope you understand we have a social club. If you haven't joined it yet, it's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. You do with your life as you choose. But anyway, I got some good news yesterday. Finally, the contractors called us, and we're on the schedule. So this mess, after 5-6 months with everything with COVID, the only thing we got done, we got the pond done. That was about it. But the fish are growing huge. They get to start in about 2 weeks, finally. So we're on the schedule before November's over. So I cannot wait to sit back here with the Queen and listen to the waterfall and watch the fish grow with the family and with my friends and whomever wants to come watch a fish. Look how big the fish are getting grow. So that's what it's going to be about. It's about life. It's about choices. It's about not existing, but living. And I live every single day. So last message I'm going to say to my esthetician that's probably going to watch this later. I know I'm not wearing a hat, but since you did a face treatment for me today, I just wanted to feel the vitamin D on my face. So don't yell at me too much because I know you did a chemical peel today and I shouldn't be in the sun, but yes, I broke a little bit of a rule. But I'm going to go inside now. Okay, everyone, take care of you. Take care of each other, loving each other. Please listen to this last part. If you have more than you need, build a bigger table, not a taller fence. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.